This is the newest exclusive unit in Five Nights Tower Defense. His name is the King and he costs either 1,300 Robux or $200,000. Today we are going to find out what people trade for him in Shiny Vengeance. Okay, he gives me a Nightmarian, a Popstar Chica, Clips Ballora, Backshot Bonnie with Shadow, and a Nimdude with Shadow. And 3,200 souls. I don't think that this is worth it. The thing about the Vengeance, and obviously Shiny the King is, he only exists 250 times. He gives me a Rockstar Foxy in Shiny. Okay, that's nice. Then a Vengeance RWQF and Scrap Baby with Shadow, and obviously 1,700 souls. Like, these are probably 25-30,000 souls if I'm not tripping, but I think we can get more for him if I'm honest. The Shiny Vengeance, the King, is probably going to drop in value over time, but right now he's probably worth much because he isn't bad, especially in Shiny and Vengeance. He gives me a Vengeance Gravelord Foxy. Isn't he like 45,000 souls? Maybe with Vengeance even more. Yeah, exactly, 52,000 souls. Nah, that's crazy. And an Overseer Foxy, either I'm dumb or this trade is actually worth it. Yep, that's almost 70,000 souls. This trade would actually be worth it, but I sadly have to decline. He gives me a Shiny Vengeance Goliath Endo Freddy. I mean, he's also 55,000 souls, so this could actually be worth it. I don't think that he's worth like 70,000 souls or something like that. I think he's probably 50,000 souls if I'm not wrong. So this trade would actually be worth it. Okay, he gives me a Gravelord Foxy in Vengeance again. I mean, this is not the same dude. Many people for some reason have the Gravelord Foxy in Vengeance. And an Agonized Springtrap. Yeah, that's probably also like 60,000 souls if I'm not wrong. So this trade, in my eyes at least, would be worth it as well. It's crazy how much people give me for him. And I mean, he is good, but is he that good? I don't know if they're overvaluing the unit or I'm undervaluing the Shiny Vengeance the King. He adds the Agonized Springtrap as well in Vengeance, then Scrap Trap in Vengeance. Isn't Agonized Springtrap just Scrap Trap, or am I dumb? Oh no! Scrap Trap is worth more than Agonized Springtrap. I'm dumb. Okay, then Diver Endo in Vengeance, Tarnished Spring Body in Vengeance, the King in Normal, Endo 05, and a Shiny Plush Trap. Pretty solid trade if I'm not dumb. This trade should also be in like the 40,000, maybe 50,000 soul range. So it's a solid trade. Ooh, 40,000 souls, then Ennard in Vengeance, and Overseer Foxy with Shadow. Okay, this trade is definitely over 50,000 souls. Then he even adds Tarnished Spring Bonnie, Night Guard Afton, both by the way have Shadow on them. So it's probably like a 55,000 soul, maybe 60,000 soul trade. Pretty good if I'm honest. He gives me It's Me with Vengeance on him and in Shiny. And goes ready, that's it. I'm definitely going to decline this trade. And what does Young Sheldon do in this lobby? What the hell is going on? Arabic Young Sheldon. He gives me 34,000 souls. Vengeance and Nimdude. Vengeance Night Guard Afton. Vengeance Purple Guy? Okay, that's honestly crazy because I never thought he was a good unit. I unlocked him when he was brand new, and even back then I don't think he was that good. Then Shadow RWQFS, Shadow 7C's Foxy, and Sentinel Body with Vengeance on him. Yep, definitely a trade you need to decline. He gives me a Dead Eye Freddy with Shadow on him. Yep, I'm not going to take the trade, man. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more trading videos like these. He gives me a Normal the King, then Scrap Trap, a Shadow Galleon Foxy, a Shadow RWQFS, an Agonized Springtrap, Nightmarian with Shadow, Endo 05 with Shadow, Blighted Endo Bonnie with Shadow, then Shiny It's Me, then Scarecrow Foxy, Nightmare Mangle, Ennard, and Patriot Freddy with 3,900 souls as well. I honestly don't know if it's worth it or not, probably not, but it's crazy that he's got so many Nightmare units. Okay, he gives me Kronos Endo Freddy with Vengeance? Okay, I just saw that's not really even a good trade. That's a fair trade as well. That's crazy. Vengeance Kronos Endo Freddy literally is worth 67,000 souls. He gives me Goliath Endo Freddy with 40,000 souls. Isn't really worth it, but honestly isn't even a fair trade. That's like 52,000, I think. Maybe 54,000 souls. So it's not worth it either. He gives me a Tarnished Spring Body with Shadow, a Bounty Mangle, a Phone Guy, then Night Guard Afton, Tarnished Fredbear, Bucket Bob, and now he goes ready. Yep, that's not a good trade. Let's decline that. Oh, he gives me an Astral Bonnie with Shadow? I think that this is worth it. Never mind, it's just 50,000 souls. It would have been a fair trade if his Astral Bonnie would have been enchanted with Vengeance, but it wasn't. He gives me a Juggernaut Bonnie? That's it? I mean, let's ask him to add, but that's literally nothing. And no, he declined. He gives me a 45 Endo 02 with Vengeance on him, then a Nightmarian with Vengeance, a Shiny Boom Boombox Foxy with Vengeance, then Tarnished Fredbear, Purple Guy, and Mr. Can Do in Shiny, and Blighted Endo Freddy in Shadow. Yeah, isn't worth it either, to be honest. He gives me a Deadeye Freddy with Vengeance on him. Yeah, that's not worth it. The thing is, now I actually know that the Shiny Vengeance the King is actually worth like 68,000 souls, maybe even 70,000, while Deadeye Freddy maybe is 30,000, maybe 32,000 souls, so it's not worth it. He gives me an Agonized Springtrap with Shadow, then an Animdude with Shadow, Shiny Endo, a Shiny Wind-Up Bonnie, then a Shiny Plush Trap, and now he declined. I don't know what his goal was there, if I'm honest. Oh, a Vengeance Jar of Pickles? And now he said he declined. But yeah, this trade would be absolutely worth it. I'm pretty certain that the Jar of Pickles in Vengeance is worth like 2 Shiny the Kings with Vengeance on both of them. He gives me 57,000 souls. That's still 10,000 souls under, if I'm honest. Maybe he'll add. Or he doesn't add. Okay, a Shiny Vengeance Goliath and a Freddy and the King. Yeah, it's still under. That's crazy. As you can see here, mine is worth 67,000 souls, while his is barely 60,000 souls. That's crazy. I actually thought that this is going to be a good trade, if I'm honest. And he gives me 15,000 souls. Yep, not good. He gives me an Outlaw Freddy with Shadow. That's literally the unevolved version, the Dead-Eye Freddy that we got like 10 million times already. Okay, he gives me a Tarnished Spring Body with Vengeance on him and in Shiny, and a Shiny Tarnished Fredbear with Vengeance. No way! This is actually crazy. Cause Tarnished Fredbear is obviously the best new starter unit. And Tarnished Spring Body and Vengeance and Shiny is really rare. I mean, as you can see here, this trade is literally 142,000 souls. I sadly can take the trade. He adds an It's Me with Vengeance on him and in Shiny, then a Mechanic Afton with Vengeance and a Shiny, then a Hydra Mangle with Vengeance and a Shiny, and 100 souls. He thinks the trade isn't worth much though. It's literally a 22,000 soul trade, even with those 2 It's Me's. So we are going to decline. He gives me 32,000 souls. And Ghost Ready, yeah, that's not a good trade either. It's under by half. He literally barely put half the price of the Shiny Vengeance the King in the trade, so it's not worth it. And he gives me a Shadow Gravelord Foxy, Fortified Endo in Vengeance, and 2,000 souls. Wait, this might be worth it, honestly. It's a fair trade, I could take this. He gives me a Vengeance Fredbear in Shiny. I mean, he would still need to add a little, but this is a fair trade again. He gives me the King with Vengeance on him. Not in Shiny though, and another the King present. Then a Night God Afton with Bounded on him. Then a Night God Afton with Puppet's Nightmare. A Shiny Endo, Shiny Plush Trap, Shiny Wind-Up Bonnie, and 425 souls. He also adds Exclusive Pack 5, 12 times, then 6 Titanic Presents, 1 Agony, and Ghost Ready. Yeah, that's not worth it, if I'm honest. Oh, he has one himself? Okay, that's crazy. That he himself gotten Shiny Vengeance the King. Crazy, man. Watch this video next, where we looked what people trade for the new Apex Dark Knight puppet in Five Nights Tower Defense. Other than that, stay strong and goodbye.